reading camp on 2011. I'm Jeremy Smith from the Fortune Theatre, I'm the General Manager, and together with Lara McGregor, we welcome you and cast for the afternoon. The Wonder of Sex, I will leave to Lisa Warrington, who's the director, to introduce and then introduce Pete and Phil, who are actors. Hope you enjoy. I make this available to you. This is the 2011 season brochure, which Lara will talk about later. They're all over the library, and there's a lot of work on this year, and we hope you enjoy it. And yeah, enjoy this afternoon. And I'll give it to Lisa.
Yay, Lisa!
Hello everyone, and welcome to this little tiny excerpt from A Wonder of Sex by Patrick Barrow and John Ram and a few other people from England. This is an extremely funny, almost farcical play. The title might give you a clue what the subject matter is, but it might not be what quite you would imagine. We've got two pompous, wonderful, charming characters here who decided to come along and give the audience a lecture to educate them about what sex is really all about. And in their minds, what sex is really all about might not be quite what in your mind sex is really about. So they draw lots and lots of examples from history, some more appropriate than others, but all of them extremely comical. So you'll be learning about what Henry VIII and his 8 wives thought about sex, supposedly, or what Rasputin, the mad Russian monk, thought about sex when he was having his tea parties with Madeira cake and all of his orgies with the ladies and so on and so forth. So there are hundreds and hundreds of beautifully comical moments, and in between you just meet Desmond and Raymond, these are our two hapless heroes, who wrote the script supposedly, so it kind of reflects where their minds are at, which I think you'll see is a little bit interesting and unusual. So, what we're going to do for you now is a very short little sequence from different parts of the play. We're going to hear these two introduce their characters to you, and then we're going to demonstrate for you one of their teeny little vignettes, as you will see, which demonstrates one very important sexual thing that you need to know about. So without further ado, Keith and Phil, here we go.
I am, of course, Desmond Olivier Dingle, the author of tonight's work, and also the artistic director and chief executive of the National Theatre of Pyro. Very much the maison d'etre, if you will, of the company's artistic policies. Secondly, allow me to introduce forthwith the full acting company of the National Theatre of Pyro, Raymond Box. Yes, and Raymond will be assisting me in various of the sexual demonstrations and personal probings that we will be personally and professionally, obviously, engaged upon during the
evening.
Show.
Good evening.
During the evening. Of course. So, thank you, Raymond Box. So, without further ado, I'd like to issue a brief warning, if you will. Just so that you all know exactly what you're in for, or put it another way, exactly what to expect. Because tonight, pay attention, Raymond, and I think we need to make this absolutely clear from the outset, is going to be pretty tough going. It's not going to be fun, or even slightly amusing. And in fact, many of you tonight will almost certainly experience moments of extreme anxiety and acute distress. The subject of tonight's oeuvre, or subject, is sex.
Sex. 3 little letters, but such a big word. Sex is everywhere. It's in the home. It's in the office. Sometimes it's in the library. But it's not just Homo sapiens. It's also the animals. Birds do it.
Thank you, Raymond.
Bees do it. Even educated fleas.
Shut up, Raymond. So, come with us now as we lift the mystic veil of mystery that will reveal the tantalizing tantric realms,
the exciting perfumed gardens, that is, the wonders, The Wonders of Sex.
Now, in the first of our psychosexual illustrated vignettes, let us look closely at that first fatal sexual disorder, the Oedipus complex.
Right, come with us now as we set the scene on the Greek holiday island of Corfu, throbbing with tavernas, bouzouki evenings, and a fascinating array of varied nightlife. So come with us as we delve into the first burgeoning days of human's history on the Greek holiday island of Corfu. Hello.
Hello.
Nothing like you, babe.
I am a lonely traveller travelling the dusty roads of Greece.
I am Jocasta, daughter of Agamemnon. Do not be lonely, lonely traveller, for my husband, the king of Greece, was recently murdered on a lonely road of Greece, and I am all alone. Not to mention lonely.
Lonely, you say?
It's quite lonely, yes.
I am lonely as well, as it happens.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, all these lustful thoughts, these lustful thoughts.
Are you all right, Your Majesty?
Yes, thank you. Oh, look at that. His little toga barely covering his finely honed and bronzed body. Look at his lovely six-pack, glistening with Grecian oils.
Yes, that's enough, thank you, Raymond.
What?
Just carry on, please, Raymond.
You wrote this.
So, your husband, the king of Greece, was murdered, you said?
Yes, that is right.
Well, that's a coincidence.
Why?
Because I just murdered someone also.
Well, that is a coincidence.
Yes.
So, I find you quite attractive, lonely traveller.
Yes, I find you very attractive also, Your Highness.
Would you care to accompany me into my Grecian boudoir?
All right, then.
Follow me. That was fantastic, thank you. Can I get you anything, like some ouzo or feta cheese or anything like that? Wait, I've just had a thought.
Yes, Your Highness?
I don't even know your name.
My name is Oedipus Rex.
It's interesting, I've got a son called Oedipus Rex.
Oh, really? What happened to him, then?
Well, we chained him to an hill when he was a young'un. Why are you looking at me like that in that manner?
Because I, too, was chained to an hill at an early age.
What?
Then I must be your son, then.
Well, we've just been up the boudoir.
Oh, no!
Oh, I can't believe this.
How do you think I feel? I've got a terrible complex all of a sudden.
Now we've torn it.
We certainly have.
Thank you very much. Mr. Phil Grieve and Keith Adams, ladies and gentlemen, and we are very lucky to have these extremely talented actors kicking off our season with The Wonder of Sex at the Fortune. Thank you. It's a tough week. It's the third week into a two-hander, incredibly difficult process to go through, and this is the time, the really exciting time in rehearsal where we all think it's going to fall apart. In actuality,
Oh, you read my
in
mind.
actuality, it's the essential part of the process which always exists, whatever show we do, before we hit the wonder time, which is next week. And of course we open next Friday on the 18th, and it runs for 3 weeks. And don't miss out. It's such an honour to have actors of this calibre visiting us, and we must support. Thank you to Lisa Warrington for the amazing job she's doing directing this piece. It's no easy feat. I'm going to bore you a little bit further with our entire season, which actually we're so excited about, and we launched officially last night, and there are pamphlets, brochures around the library. Our second show, following on The Wonder of Sex, is a four-hander called God of Carnage, and that's a really exciting, precisely written, extraordinarily funny and devastating piece of theatre, written by Yasmina Reza, who also wrote the play Art. It focuses on two couples who have met to discuss a fracas that their sons had in the playground. One child hit the other one in the face with a stick. And what starts out as a rather pleasant evening slowly descends into, need I say it, carnage. We're really looking forward to having that and getting in ahead of the movie, which is now being filmed. We don't think that Dunedin should miss out on that wonderful play, which has been a great hit around the world. We have a collaborative project called 5 Women Wearing the Same Dress, which follows on the tale of God of Carnage, and that's written by Alan Ball, who you may be familiar with, his writing 6 Feet Under, True Blood, American Beauty. He's got an acidic form of humour, and we get to meet these 5 women, literally all wearing the same bridesmaid's dress. They congregate above the reception of their friend's wedding and talk constantly about the issues arising in their life, and of course always looking out the window at the goings-on downstairs and the available young men that might be present at that wedding, and one of them ends up in the room. Needless to say, I won't go into any more detail on that, you just have to come along and have a really great time. We have a New Zealand play, first of our New Zealand plays in our lineup for the year, called The Tutor by Mr. Dave Armstrong, and some of you may be familiar. He was here last year with the Sud as part of the Arts Festival, and he's just a fabulous writer. A 3-hander, 3 men, a right-wing self-made millionaire construction worker who employs a left-wing Daihatsu-driving hippie maths tutor to tutor his son who's failing at maths. Needless to say, there's an incredible amount of drama there and a lot of humour, and it's the kind of play that you sit there and you find yourself laughing out loud, but you know you shouldn't be because it's absolutely appalling. And it deals with a lot of levels of social structure and what it is to be a solo parent, education, politics, and all wrapped up in a really beautifully crafted play. Now I'm spitting at you. Our biggest and most adventurous project of the year, just for us in-house to produce, is the Broadway musical Avenue Q. And if you're not familiar with it, I'd say go get familiar with it because it's a huge amount of fun. It's puppets. Puppets, puppets, puppets. Sesame Street-based puppets, but not quite to the ones we're used to. They live and inhabit this street called Avenue Q, which is in New York. And into their street comes Princeton, who's looking for a lot of things in life and gets more than he bargained for when he meets these puppets. They have a lot of opinions about a lot of things, and the music is absolutely outstanding. The Fortune Theatre is producing the show. We're not buying it in. We're very proud to be able to do that. We're making all of our own puppets. We have a lovely director coming from Australia to direct this, a young man who's an amazing choreographer, and Michael Lee Porter, who you may be familiar with, who has worked here in Dunedin before as our musical director. It's going to be a stunner. We're proud to follow that up with The Truth Game, which is a world premiere written by Dunedin writer Simon Cunliffe, who you may be familiar with is the deputy editor at the Otago Daily Times. And he's written a vibrant, very fast-paced drama set in a newsroom. And we're really looking forward to having him on board for that. Our last show of the year, we can't miss out on our well-known Roger Hall, who has written a brand new play called A Shortcut to Happiness. And it's lots of fun. His key protagonist, if you like, is a 45-year-old Russian immigrant who teaches folk dancing. And she's quite a character. And it's really nice to see that Roger's key character is of that age range. And all the other strange and eclectic mixture of characters that attend to a folk dancing class make up the story and the dynamics and the drama between that. And it's essentially a love story. It's quite beautiful, very touching, and of course very funny. And Roger's really looking forward to us finishing our year off with that. So that's essentially our main stage for the year, which we are so excited about, and we hope you're excited about too, because it doesn't exist without you there to come and be part of that. We don't just do it for ourselves, you know. We've got our studio space, which many of you will be familiar with. Oh, I've got my sunglasses on, goodness me. And we've got a lot of buy-in shows. That sounds sort of crass. Actually, we're the best shows around that have managed to slot into our season and come and visit us. Also, we support the Dunedin Fringe Festival again this year. We've got Hush, which you may be familiar with, where our production's coming into the studio, and a wonderful young project created by young people for young people, and it's a month development mentorship program, and at the end of that month they perform a series of one-act plays, and that's Young, Wild and Fortunate. and we are fortunate to have them. So I just encourage you to pick up our brochure and have a look through. If you haven't been for a while, it's a good cause to come. It's really worth it. It's a vibrant season with the best artists around, and we have a subscription season that we're, subscription, what's the word? Package. It was quite late last night when we were up talking about this. Available to you for the first time, and that's in order for us to make it easy for you to come. You just have to circle the box, send in your payment, and we send you the tickets, and you don't have to think about it for the rest of the year. What that helps us with long term is enabling us as a company to understand what is of interest to you, what shows are showing a trend to being more likeable than others, and what do we do with our advertising? Is that show, is no one picking up that show because we're not advertising it alluringly enough for you? And it's really informative and such a tool for us. So I just encourage you to support us and to actually enjoy yourselves this year, because that's what it's all about. Thank you very much to the library for this opportunity, and of course to Roberta and Rosalind. I've got Roberta on my mind. Roberta's gone out on a tour. Rosalind for preparing the food for us, as she always does, and is such a supportive member of the theatre. So thank you very much, everyone. Enjoy your day, and see you soon.